The storyteller here with a quick bedtime story. This is called The Dream Fisher. There was once a small boy who was ready to go to bed, and he had had his bath, and his mommy and his daddy had tucked him in between the covers. And as he stretched out on his sheets, which were decorated with stars and moons, he thought about the last thing that his daddy had said to him before he left the room. "Sweet dreams," he said. And the little boy thought to himself, "How do you have sweet dreams? Where do you find them? Can you take them and bring them home with you? How do you get one?" And as he lay there in between his sheets, up with stars and moons on them, and as he began to drift off, he stepped out of his bed, and he walked to his window, and he walked through the window, and he began walking up into the sky. And the moon that night was a large circle, a gleaming silver disk that pierced through the curtains near his bed, and that created a pathway of light up, up, and up. "This is quite a long walk," the little boy thought to himself. "But it seems like the moon is always there when I dream, so perhaps dreams come from the moon." And up he walked, and up until his legs began to tire. But before he could take a break and give up, he came upon the surface of the moon, and he saw to his surprise that it was a vast silver lake. And in this lake there were what looked from a distance like craters, but as he watched, he saw a dream jump up above the surface and then plop back down, just like a fish. And up it jumped, and down it fell, and up it jumped, and down it fell, and another and another. And to those who were too far away, back on the surface of the earth, the boy understood, well, that's why it looks like a crater. But these are really dreams jumping up above the surface of the sea that is the moon up in the sky. And he thought to himself, well, the only way to know what a dream truly is to catch one. And so he forged a fishing pole of hope and desire. Desire was his stick, and hope was his hook. And he flung it out in an arc over into the sea. And down it went, and he waited, and his hope floated down beneath the surface until suddenly, tug, 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 he felt a pull on his pole, and he pulled it up, and plop, out of the sea came a big, fat, wriggling dream. And he pulled it toward himself, reeling it in, pulling hard on his desire, hooked with hope, and he pulled it back toward himself. And as the dream got close to him, suddenly it leapt toward him, and it vanished right into his chest, right by his heart. "Well," the little boy said to himself, "I guess that's what a dream feels like." And he turned around and he started walking back down the path carved by the silver moonlight, back down to the world far below, and back to his window, and back to his bed. And he lay back down between his sheets, covered with stars and moons. And he thought to himself, well, I'd better go to sleep so I can find out what this dream is all about, and then I'll know. So he closed his eyes and he drifted off, and he dreamed whatever it was that he dreamed, because in the ways of dreams, when he awoke, he did not remember what the dream had been. But he did look down at his chest, where the dream had jumped up and struck him and became part of him. And just there, next to his heart, was a little silver freckle where the dream had gone in. And he smiled because he knew that he had caught a dream. And it, he thought, had been good. The end.